Welcome back to Havana Media. My name is Boniface Owino, and as usual, I'm going to be your host for today. Now, I remember back in 2022, when back in 2022, when William Samoei Ruto, that is the current president, was campaigning, there are a lot of statements that he was making accusing the former president, that is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, working with Raila Odinga, and he kept on saying that immediately after he'll be elected in the office, it will force Raila Odinga together with his handshake brother, that is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, to go home, all of them, that he cannot work with such kind of people. I want us to listen to the way, one of the occasions, the way William Ruto was speaking, so that we can come back and continue. Here's the clip.
Waliletea fujo Moi mpaka wakapata cooperation. Wakakuja wakasumbua Kibaki mpaka wakachukua nusu mkate. Wamekuja wakazungusha Uhuru hapo mpaka wakaenda na handshake, program yetu ikapotea, BBI ikaendelea, tukazama, tukaingia kwa madeni. Sasa mimi nimewaambia, hii serikali hii, mimi nawaambia hii serikali ni ya mahasla. Hakuna nusu mkate, hakuna handshake, hakuna hiyo borojo. Hawa wananchi walimaliza kazi ya viongozi tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8. Wakagawa viti yote.
So right now, it is very clear that indeed the karma waits for you at the door, because William Ruto has been forced now to work with the Azimio la Umoja, that is Raila Odinga, to form a coalition. Why am I saying this? Okay, I cannot say that right now it's like it's a rumors. It's something that is very now clear. It's clear now that William Ruto is working with Raila Odinga and is forcing Raila Odinga is forcing William Ruto to bring in 7 seats for the incoming cabinet. And these 7 seats for the cabinets, 4 of them are going to come from ODM party. And remember yesterday during the meeting which was attended by people like Jeremiah Kioni, people like Martha Karua, people like Charity Ngilu, Kalonzo Musyoka, Raila Odinga was not, and people like Eugene Wamalwa, Raila Odinga and Peter Munya, Raila Odinga was not in the meeting. So that one tells you that maybe the main point of discussion was that why would, okay, because you know the problem is not giving Azimio la Umoja 7 positions. The problem is that why would ODM party be given 4 positions while this, even if we are supposed to form a government with them, then these positions are supposed to be divided equally within the coalition, within the Azimio la Umoja coalition. Why is it that Raila Odinga is given 4 positions and others are given 1? Some are not even being given. If ODM are given 4, then probably Wiper is going to be given 1 or 2. What about the others? What about the DAP party, that is of Eugene Wamalwa? What about Jubilee party that is being led by Jeremiah Kioni right now as the Secretary General? What do they have? So those are the questions that maybe they were asking themselves. But there are a lot of things that I want us to focus on here. I want to ask, the main question that I would like us to ask ourselves is this, that why is the sudden change of mind? Why is it that William Ruto is doing the same thing that he promised Kenyans that he will not do by working with Raila Odinga? What is it that Raila Odinga have done to this guy that is making him to work with him very easily? There are 3 main reasons. Number 1 reason as to why William Ruto is forcing himself to work with Raila Odinga is to protect his image. We know a lot of people have died during the protest. 41 plus people have died. Right now I know they are almost over 60. A lot of people have died. A lot of young men have died during the demonstrations since it started. And even the United States of America, that is the embassy, have written a letter talking about the death and the abductions of Kenyans. I want to read for you the letter that the US embassy wrote, so that we can know the real thing. A statement by the US Embassy to Kenya, July 18th, 2024. As we enter the 5th week of protest throughout Kenya has surpassed 50 protest-related deaths, the Embassy of the United States of America notes with the profound regret the loss of life and the destruction of people's livelihoods and calls on all actors to remain peaceful and respect the rule of law. We are deeply concerned by reports of violence, including shootings and abductions or protesters, journalists, and others. Constructive engagement of citizens and civil societies, aided by a free and independent media, it is a pillar of democracy. These are values we share with Kenya and which we must all protect. The embassy urges police to exercise restraint and protect the rights of people to demonstrate peacefully. We call on provocations and opportunists to avoid blocking roads and looting businesses. All actors, police and protesters alike, should repudiate violence and be held accountable for wrongdoing. As a long-time friend and partner to Kenya, the embassy notes the government's July 18th remarks about addressing public grievance and encourages the government to continue taking steps forward, including on corruption and accountability, to promote national unity and reconciliation, as both of our countries strive to build stronger democracies that delivers peace and prosperity for our citizens. This is an important moment for all Kenyans to demonstrate the democratic values we share. So that is the statement that was given by the US Embassy of Kenya. Now, the reason why I've read that statement is the statement number one that I was trying to say, that William Ruto is trying to protect. There is something that William Ruto is trying to protect. And for him to avoid a lot of blames, because right now everybody is watching at him. So for him to avoid all the blames that is the one who have been causing all the, of course he's being blamed, but he is trying as much as he can maybe to bring peace, to find peace, so that he can have people who can protect him while things are going haywire. And working with joining hands to work with William Ruto, with Raila Odinga is very clear, because right now almost all ODM people, ODM leaders have turned the song they were singing. Right now they're not attacking the government, they're not saying any negative thing about the government. They're saying that it is not wrong to work with the government, just like some of them were saying that it is not wrong for them to work with the government. I remember it just started during the time of dialogue, when Sifuna, that is the Secretary General, came out to say that if Raila is going to talk to William Ruto, calling for dialogue, is not calling dialogue for the sake of the Gen Zs. He's saying that the Gen Zs are partyless, they are tribaless, and they are politicalless, they are leaderless. But Raila Odinga is a leader, and he's leading other people. So that is number one. The second thing that is making William Ruto to work with Raila Odinga is this. William Ruto have thought, William Ruto is calculate a lot of things. William Ruto have really sat down and thought that by working with Raila, of course we know that Raila Odinga probably will not be on the ballot, that is 2027. So calculated and he has known that by bringing this man close, for me to win this man, let me give his people some positions, so that coming 2027, I may get it easier. We have to know something, that it is only the Gen Zs and the millennials that are saying that they will not vote for William Ruto. But we have to also, almost everybody is saying that, but we also have to look at the bigger picture. If you try to calculate, where are the Gen X? Where are those other, the old folks, where the grandfather, the grandmothers, all those people who have been warned by Raila Odinga. So you cannot take them, you cannot say anything negative about Raila Odinga and they accept. In short, those are the diehards of Raila Odinga. It is only, in Kenya, almost 60 to 70% of the votes of the people normally believes and trust Raila. So it is only the Gen Zs that probably they are 15 to 17% that do not believe in Raila Odinga. And you find that even some of them do not have IDs, but they are talking. So you find, I think these are the things that William Ruto have really calculated. Another question that we need to ask ourselves, that why is it that right now a lot of Gen Zs are complaining that they have got no IDs? Why? Is it one of the things that William Ruto is also using to target the 2027? William Ruto have started arranging himself coming 2027. So people like Kalonzo Musyoka, they should also start working so smart. I told you that William Ruto is a very smart guy. That if you just concentrate on what he's doing, then you'll be doomed. If he defeated Raila Odinga with everything, with all the state support and everything, with the deep state, and yet he was not. He was in the government, but he was in the government, and he defeated those who are being supported by the government because the government did not want him. So what of right now that he is the government? By that time he was in the government, but right now he is the government. He controls everything that happens. So are you saying it will be very difficult for people to defeat him? That's why it will also take people like Kalonzo Musyoka to be smart during this race, because it is not just going to come very easily. My point is, William Ruto knows that by winning Raila Odinga, by giving Raila Odinga's people positions to act as CSS, is going to drain them. Like, let's say, for instance, if Alias and Joe is given position and to be one of the CSS, and then the time of campaign comes, what will happen if William Ruto goes to Mombasa? The people of Mombasa will support him because Alias and Joho has been in the CS office. If William Samoei Ruto gives somebody like Wycliffe Oparanya to position to act as a CS, what will happen in Western? Of course, we know that Musalia Mudavadi right now is in his pocket. But what will happen if he adds the support of Wycliffe Oparanya? What will happen if somebody like John Mbadi is given the position to act as the CS? I'm just naming. I'm just trying to name. I'm not sure if they're the ones, but I'm just trying to name. What will happen if all these people are given positions? It will be a challenge to Kenyans. It will also be a challenge to the people that will be opposing William Ruto, because by then Raila Odinga will no longer be anywhere near to be blamed or to talk about anything. So that is why I'm still insisting that Kalonzo Musyoka should now be very keen. Let him wake up. Let him not blame anybody for what is coming ahead. If he wants to remain and wait maybe for things to be given to him, it will be too late. William Ruto is trying to bring any opposition because Alias Sanjo has been saying that the next government is going to be formed by ODM. So William Ruto targeting all these the big four of ODM by giving them positions, it's like he's killing the opposition. He doesn't want anybody to oppose him. William Ruto wants a smooth line, a smooth environment coming 2027. He doesn't want headache. He knows very well that if he will be having people like Alias and Joho, he will be having people like John Mbadi, if he will be having people like Wycliffe Oparanya and many more, people like Kalonzo Musyoka, opposing him, then he's going to have a very difficult time. And that is why he's trying to bring Raila Odinga in so that he can win the elections very. But one thing I can say as I wind up, for anybody that is listening to this, or anybody that is in the government that is listening to this, I have two things. One, I can tell William Ruto. Another one, I can tell Raila Odinga. Let me start with Raila Odinga. One thing I can tell Raila Odinga is that let Raila Odinga not engage in Kenyan politics. Because the more he tries to be by William Ruto's side, the more he's being seen as a bad person. Because if you realize right now, everybody is blaming Raila Odinga. People like Omosho Wanawa, those guys, people like Nuru Okanga, you are blaming Raila Odinga, yet even if you die, right now, I really wonder, by the way, I really pity. You are blaming Raila Odinga, you're talking nonsense about Raila Odinga, and yet even if you die right now, that guy do not know where you stay. He doesn't know what you eat. He doesn't know what you wear. And you are calling yourself a diehard. It is good if you are a diehard and you benefit. I'm not attacking anybody, but I'm just trying to say that before you defend someone, ask yourself that what has this man done to me that can make me defend him this way? So one thing I can tell Raila Odinga, that Raila Odinga, we really love you as our Baba. But one thing you should do is just concentrate on the African Union position, leave Kenyan politics alone, and leave William Ruto to suffer by himself. Let him carry his own cross. Because one thing I know very sure is that a time is coming whereby now, if at all the coming CSS will fail, and majority of them will have come from ODM party, William Ruto will have a lot of excuses, ways to defend himself. He will be saying that the CSS that I was given came from ODM and they're the ones that have made me fail. So are you seeing the repercussion? Okay, it is not bad to work. It is not bad to have peace in the country, but it has got effects. There are a lot of effects of working with William Samoei Ruto. This guy will blame you for everything. He will say that I wanted to do this, but this guy did this to me. And William Ruto also should be very careful, because Raila Odinga is one such a very tactical man that can land you, that can take you direct to a trap and leaves you there. Raila Odinga can drive you very well. You can be very happy that you are working with Raila Odinga, and then if he realizes that where you are going has got a very big ditch, a very big hole, he will direct you there, and then immediately you reach that point, he stops and you get into the pit by yourself. So William Ruto should also be very careful with William Ruto. So either of these guys, let no one bring each other close. And anything, I love people like Otiende Amolo. Otiende Amolo, they say that they are not going to work with the government. They're not going to get themselves in the government. They are for the people. And that is what a leader should do. You should stand by people. As long as you know that what people want or what people are crying for is the right thing, then you should stand by them. I really love what people like Otiende Amolo have decided to do. So I think that is all. At the end of the day, that is all I had for today. I also like to read your thoughts at the comment section. And a reminder, if you're meeting for the first time, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can also like and drop me a comment and tell me where you're watching us from and how these videos are reaching you. And until we meet again, I've been your host, Boniface Owino. Bye bye.